So, I spent the last few days playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign like many others who pre-ordered the game and gained early access before it officially releases this Friday. And I was gonna do a full review on the game in the typical style that I do, you know, show gameplay and go deep into what the game is about. But I just had to be honest with myself, man. This is a Call of Duty game. You already know what you're going to get. It doesn't stir that far away from the original formula that Infinity Ward is known for implementing in these games. So with that being said, I'm going to instead answer a question that I think is way more important for returning fans in the franchise and new ones. That question being, is this game worth paying full retail for? Now, I'm gonna give you my opinion based on the campaign and the upcoming multiplayer, but you know, you're free to interpret it how you will and make your decision completely on your own judgment. Because I can make arguments to justify both a yes and a no answer, but ultimately, I think that there's an answer that I personally prefer more than the other. So today, I'm gonna briefly break down my feelings towards Modern Warfare 2. So the campaign was nothing short of fun and challenging, and I think that's a great starting point. The game continues its renewed storyline started in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 game with all of our beloved characters and set in a new reality. And this felt like a movie. The cinematics were crazy good, the graphics were A1. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the storyline itself deserves some sort of award or recognition, because it definitely felt like a good box office movie. But is it better than the original Modern Warfare trilogy? Be serious. But complementing its amazing storyline is the newly designed gameplay. What you'll immediately notice while playing this Call of Duty is the fact that everything is much slower now, you know, mainly to add a sense of realism. And while that's fine for the people that like that, I couldn't help but miss the fast-paced nature of, you know, the classic gameplay because, well, that's what I've associated with the franchise for so long now. Don't get me wrong, I like the realistic shooters, but to see it be forged out of what used to be somewhat of an arcade shooter, it just kind of feels like a strange change of pace. But if you enjoy realism and the challenge, well, then you're in for a treat. Playing the game on regular mode alone will make you bring the best of your skill out, especially on the mission alone. No spoilers, of course, but you have to play this mission by yourself with a ton of enemies trying to stealth kill them and make it to the objective. And it is brutal. You start with no weapons and the NPC's alertness are at an all-time high. And I thought that I was just trash, but after doing some research, I found that the majority of players are in unison with how challenging this mission is. But I'd say almost every mission provides somewhat of a challenge with more realistic gameplay, which brings some sense of accomplishment each time that you successfully complete a mission. And as far as multiplayer goes, well, I'm sure you've seen footage from the past early access open beta from a few weeks ago. But even if you didn't, you already have a pretty good idea of what it will be. Unfortunately, I pre-ordered the game this past week, so I didn't get to play the open beta multiplayer. But from what I've seen, it's pretty much the same gameplay from the campaign. And that is the basis of the game from what we've been able to get so far in early access. Which brings us to the meat of the problem. The price tag. $69.99. and after tax, you're gonna be paying well over $70 for this game. Here in Ohio, I paid $75. And that kind of price really makes you think twice about the games that you decide to purchase. So do I think that this game is worth buying? I do not. No, not at full retail price. And let me tell you why. The game is amazing in all of the ways that I previously mentioned, but we have to point out the obvious here. The game is more of a cash grab than a new title that's justified paying $75 for. I feel like this game should be priced at $59.99 like usual, but you know, because of next gen consoles and inflation, this will likely be the last year that we even see the $59.99 price tag. But I feel that this is just a sign for gamers on a budget to spend their money on games more wisely and on games that are well worth the price tag. So why did I buy the game then? Well, to make this video. But also mainly to play the campaign, because that was my favorite aspect of the games throughout the years. I was never heavy on the multiplayer, I kind of just thought of it as a bonus. And also for the nostalgia. I miss going to GameStop to buy the new Call of Duty, and buying this somewhat brought me back to the simpler times. But once again, I have to be honest with myself. I can't justify paying this much on a Call of Duty game ever again. So this will indeed be the last year that I pay $69.99 on a Call of Duty game. And for those who are contemplating buying upon official release, once again, it's all up to you. But my advice, wait on a sale. And that's what I think about MW2, man. It's a great game, but with the price tag, I can't justify it. At least if you're gaming on a budget and don't have $75 just to spend on a remake. That's just me though, man. What do you guys think about it? Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.